Hello, welcome to Let's Talk Sports with Rick and Jack. Jack, how are you?
Wonderful, sir. How are you?
Couldn't be better. Our production show, pre-production show, our pre-filming show was great this week. I enjoyed that. And as we know, there's a lot to talk about just in sports in general. I know everybody watches our NBA show that we got going on, and we're adding another NBA show, by the way, to teach you how to make money. We're adding that this week. But this show's about sports that are relevant, a lot going on. Again, we like to accentuate basketball, NBA by itself because it's such a big game and there's so many games every night. But what did you see in sports this week that really stood out to you? I mean, there's so much going on now. I was thinking about this. A year ago, we were on the cusp of being shut down in the country with no sports. It's getting very close to March, and that's when we got shut down and we had no sports and we had to find other entertaining things to do. I went out and got a little buffer. Oh, sorry. But that's what I worked out for a year. But anyways, we'll talk about that on another show. Sports, what's happening? A lot going on. I mean, crazy.
What stood out for me this week was Dirk Lewis in UFC. He had a fight this weekend, and one of the things that he's a boxer, and his opponent was more of a wrestler. So what they did was their game plan was when he came in to take him down was to hit him with the uppercut to knock him out. But he didn't do it the first round. He waited until the second round and boom. But the game plan, it was simple. It was just a matter of him waiting, and he did exactly what they trained to do, and it was successful, and it was a beautiful knockout.
What was the odds on that fight?
You know what?
Was he favored or was the other guy favored?
He was favored, yeah.
He was favored. So he's a heavyweight, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's an entertaining guy.
Very entertaining guy.
He brings good energy to the sport of UFC.
He said he doesn't want a five-round fight. He's like, my body's not. He's straight up told the reporters, my body is not conditioned for that.
Oh my God!
He's like, I just want 3 rounds.
That's funny.
And that's like, how can you not like the guy? You know.
Yeah. Is he making any money doing it?
Yeah.
That's good.
And he's winning, so he's knocking people out left and right. He's
Well, they had a lot of UFC bouts this weekend, and that's always fun to watch. I'm always amazed by the athleticism of some of these guys and the courage and the strength and the power.
Absolutely.
They take a lot of blows, man. People don't realize that UFC is no joke. It's the real deal. And I don't care what level you're fighting at. Some of the baddest dudes are the 110-pound dudes are the baddest cats. And they bring a lot of fury and a lot or so
the females.
UFC is great. If you don't watch it, start watching it.
Especially the female fight. They show so much courage and they give it all. I've never seen a female fight where I'm like, man, what is she not like? Why don't they move? No, they're brawl from the first bell ring till the end of the fight.
Yeah, and what I like about those women is that they're not. Their vanity comes from their strength and their power to do this. Their vanity doesn't come from their looks, because you can be in there and get a friggin' 6-inch gash on your forehead that's going to get stitched up and you're going to have forever. They don't care. They don't care. I have seen women's faces not look the same when the fight started as when it ended. So those are tough people. You know, guys, it's a lot easier to carry scars. You know, sometimes it's, a badge of honor. But with women, I mean, scars all over your face, let's face it, that's not appealing. But they don't care. They don't care. Except for Amanda Nunes. Nobody putting any scars on her.
No.
Bad.
So what stood out for you this week?
Oh, it's so many things. So many things. It had to be the tennis matches. Naomi Osaka. Unbelievable the ease at which she controlled that tournament and just won every game and nobody really challenged her. I was surprised. I was hoping Serena and they would have a great match, but Osaka won it easy, and Serena won the first 2 games of the match, and Osaka took
and
over
it looked
from
like
there.
she.
Serena got frustrated.
It looked like she got like, okay, oh my gosh, this is gonna be a good match, and then all of a sudden, Osaka just clicked it on, and she basically took over from there, and she did it with such ease. It's like, not to put anything against Serena, but it was like almost effortlessly.
It was effortless. And then she went against Brady, this gal Brady, a U.S. kid from UCLA, great tennis player. but not in the same realm, not in the same atmosphere. Osaka just destroyed her, and such a champion. And after the fight in the interview room, she said, I have this thing about me that number 2 is not where I want to be. Number 2 doesn't get on that trophy. The person that wins name gets on that trophy. I don't want to be telling anybody I got second place. Brady's saying, yeah, I had a good tournament, I got second place. Okay, you got second place, but where's your name on that trophy? Australian Open winner. And then, Djokovic, same thing. I mean, he destroyed that.
Another effortless.
Effortless, and he's unbelievable. And it's funny, I was looking at his name, Djokovic, and I said, the basketball player's name is Jokic. And I said, I bet they're both from Serbia because their names are similar. And I looked it up, and sure enough, the guy for the Denver Nuggets, Jokic, he's from Serbia. Djokovic is also from Serbia. So I guess they have that Joka something in their names, but it was interesting because I was like, they must both be from Serbia. But 2 easy wins and 2 great athletes. Now you look at Djokovic, 9 titles in the Australian Open. Come on, man. That's like 9 Super Bowls or 9, championships of something. 9 times at one place, you dominated that field 9 times. I mean, that's
remarkable.
So regal. It's remarkable is a perfect word.
It's like you'll say like a Tony Stewart or Jeff Gordon winning the Daytona 500 9 times.
Yeah.
It's almost unheard of. Like
yeah. It's crazy.
So
it's a competition. There's many people that you compete against, but to do that 9 times, and he got a few problems earlier in the year, hitting the ball at the ref and getting suspended for a game and swearing at him. But I noticed he was quite the gentleman at this tournament, and that was good to see. But it was fun. That's what stood out for me. But there's so many other things. We got college basketball. What's going on? Has anything changed there in men's college basketball?
No, Big Ten is still dominating the top.
Dominating.
Gonzaga, Baylor, Michigan, Ohio State. So
Illinois,
Alabama, Villanova. Yeah. So it's pretty much. I can't wait for the tournament. I'm gonna be. It's like
close.
It's the most exciting time of the year for me. I like to fill out my bracket and put a little money here and there.
We'll do a little.
I'll follow certain teams. Like looking for the upset, trying to make that that expert prediction. So I can't wait.
Yeah, that number 12 and 13 and 14 teams.
Yes.
12s for some reason always find a way to get in that tournament and make us the final 16. So that's going to be fun. But you're right. In looking at college basketball, the men's, I really see that the dominant teams right now are Gonzaga and Baylor. But after watching Ohio State and Michigan play over the weekend, Michigan beat them 3-4. Michigan being number 3, Ohio State number 4. Michigan beat them in a very physical game. And I said to myself, this Big Ten is probably going to have 6 or 7 teams in the tournament, maybe more, at least 6. And I said to myself, this physical conference, somebody from this conference is going to beat Gonzaga and Baylor. You watch it happen. I believe the winner is going to come from the Big Ten this year. It's either going to be Michigan or Ohio State. I know that's a bold statement. You do with it what you want. You tell me I'm crazy. But I don't think the physicality of that conference and those teams and the tough games every week. I mean, the Big 12 is tough, don't get me wrong. You got West Virginia, Kansas, Texas Tech. Those are all good teams. So that's a good conference too where Baylor's dominating, but the winner's got to come from one of those conferences. I don't see Gonzaga being able to step up even though they got a good team.
How about on the women's side? Do you think anything's going to change in the next, I guess, a couple of weeks before the tournament?
It's close.
Because Connecticut and NC State are on top, and they're going to stay there.
Yeah, it's funny because South Carolina and Louisville both lost this week on the women's side. North Carolina State's a good basketball team. They've beat both of them. And also, UConn is just getting better. They got a couple freshmen that are just lights out athletes. So, on the women's side, I think UConn is, again, they've lost one game, but I don't believe they'll lose again. I believe they'll win it all. Superior team that's getting better. And, Gino, he likes to peek them to the tournament. So I think that women's side, UConn is going to win it. And the men's, I don't know. I think Michigan and Ohio State at this point. And again, the tournament's going to be fun. We'll have a lot of fun stuff for you to look at and predictions and bracketology, and we'll do the whole thing. You know, we'll have a show on that, and you know, we love having great sports shows. So I just want to take a minute and thank you all for watching. We really appreciate it. We have so much fun down here with these shows and the various sports shows that we do have. But we want to thank you for liking us and viewing our shows every week and sharing them with your friends and watching us, you know, at YouTube and looking at us on Instagram and looking at us on Roku here at WWDBTV. We really appreciate your viewing, but hopefully we give you some good information. But I want to take a moment and just say thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. On to the next.
So you're thanking our viewers.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
what you want to basically, if we increase the viewership, eventually we'll have like another, maybe get like maybe like $340 million, like Mr. San Diego right now.
Fernando Tatis. Talk about that. Major League Baseball's in spring camp.
Yeah.
Now we're going to have baseball soon. We got hockey going.
Yes.
But you know, that point of Tatis, I mean, you know, I didn't think anybody was going to come close to Mike Trout's salary, but 14 years. Again, you're going to pay a guy for 14 more years. I don't think it's a Bobby Bonilla deal where they paid him for how many, and I think he's still getting paid.
Yes. So
What a joke!
when this contract,
Well, never mind, Bobby Bonilla.
just
You're not worth talking about.
A side note on this: when this
What a
contract is
joke.
over in 14 years, Bobby Bonilla will still be getting paid until 2035.
Good businessman.
No, I'm telling you, because it was, the original was what, I think it was like $5.8 million. The Mets could have paid him and basically lump sum, but no, they put it in basically he's getting paid on interest for that. And it's going to be until
Unbelievable.
2035.
The man lives very
Yeah, so
comfortably.
opening day is called Bobby Bonilla Day,
Yeah.
you know, to us Mets fans.
Crazy what
$1
they
million
paid him.
every
And that organization's never been the same.
No.
Because of bad decisions like that. But I mean, they signed up a good ball player, man.
Oh, this season right now, the Mets are actually looking good on paper, but you know, I've seen it in the past, so I've tried not to, you know, do any premature
they're lining
celebration.
up ball players. They got the kid from Cleveland who's a great ball player. That is a great ball player. Their shortstop.
The Dodgers are not looking bad either. They look like they're trying to.
The Dodgers got the Cy Young Award winner.
They're trying to
I mean,
run it back. So.
I mean, that's crazy. So the Dodgers are improving. I'll tell you who's loading up and looks good is San Diego. They signed 3 starting pitchers, and I think San Diego is going to be right there with the
I
Dodgers.
remember last year they were like
They were close.
my dark horse team. So then to see them doing this much improvement this year, they want to be
They're
serious.
about winning. They have gone out and improved that lineup, and particularly their weakness, they improved that pitching staff. So watch out for the Padres. The Dodgers are the team to beat, of course. They look incredible. I noticed that the Washington Nationals are trying to come back around and be good again. They've been signing people. So the Braves are the Braves. The Braves are going to be there. That's another good ball club. So, you know, we'll see what happens. The Yankees, they're going to do anything. The Mets going to do anything. The Yankees are loaded, but they don't have that strong pitching staff.
And that pitching, when it comes down to postseason, that pitching is going to make a big difference, as we saw in the past. You know, just this past postseason. So. The Yankees got to do something about pitching.
Yeah, they do. I don't understand it. Teams like the Dodgers, they load up with pitchers, and San Diego and some of these other teams.
Because it's proven pitching. Like for some reason, these aces they shut down these so-called good hitters.
Pitching always beats good hitting. It's a well-known fact in baseball. But anyways, we're in spring training. That'll be starting soon. Hockey, we got a couple good teams. The Golden Knights had a fun game over there in Tahoe against the Colorado Avalanche, and that got a little squirrely there because
the sun you know, basically came in, and it was just not the opportune time for the game. That if you're gonna have a game during that climate, you want to do that should be like a more of an evening game, 5 o'clock, when the sun's out, and you know, give the ice time to really do its thing.
really cure.
And obviously, you know, they were smart enough that they postponed the following day's game to later on in the evening. Was it nice? Was the view wonderful?
The
Yes.
environment was incredible. I mean, the
Yes.
beauty of that in that rink there on the water, the
And then
boats
some of
watching.
the fans were on the boat because obviously
it was
they couldn't-
beautiful. And you know, they ended up, to their credit, they ended up still playing the game, and NBC stuck with it and showed it. And of course, Avalanche won 3-2. It ended up being a couple good periods. I watched it. Of course, I enjoy watching the Golden Knights. They're playing well this year. I mean, what are they, 10-4?
Yeah.
Colorado's right there with them. Toronto looks like about the best team in the NHL right now. They're playing well. Tampa Bay's playing well. Boston's playing well. So, I think that hockey's fun right now, and the Golden Knights are right there.
Yeah.
They got some good players. But, we'll continue to watch that. And, also this week we had NASCAR, another winner who, what was the guy's name, Bell?
Bell.
Yeah, and then, Logano and
Logano is right there, like, again.
Again, the big stars are right there, but, these first couple of early races, these guys that I don't know. I don't know this guy, Bill. I didn't know the guy last week, but, I still watch it. Hey, kudos, props to him. Everybody loves NASCAR. It's funny. I saw a friend of mine at the big Green Bay fan at the chiropractor. And I said, whoa, what are you doing without football now? What are you doing without Green Bay football? He looked at me and he said, well, hell, there's NASCAR. I said, you're right. And then he said, but there's hockey too. I said, you're right. So he's enjoying the sports. But, NASCAR and hockey and just so many things going on. It's fun because sports is alive right now. We've got these tournaments coming up. We got the NBA in full swing. We got NHL in full swing. Baseball coming on. They've already started college baseball. They're playing games.
And that's
so much going on.
And
right
that's
now
the thing that I actually like is to see that the college sports, they're coming right back into the swing of things, because they in a sense they feed the professional sports that we have going right now, and to see that system still going on. I guess here in our state, the governor is going to start allowing football in the next couple of weeks, so it's fun.
I hope so. I hate these high school sports being locked down for these kids. They just got nothing to do, and it really hurts their ability to get a scholarship. So, I don't know. It's give and take. I look at a sport like baseball where everybody's really not that close to each other. I mean, it's a wide open field. It's, everybody's not that close to each other. And they all wear masks. You can wear masks in baseball. It's a little hard, and I know some of these college basketball teams do it. It's a little hard to breathe wearing a mask in basketball. I mean, that's a rigorous sport. But baseball, I think it's a natural to be playing right now, even in the high school level. But if you're going to cut out one sport, they're going to cut them all out.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. But, the other thing I wanted to talk about was, we got the Kentucky Derby coming up. They're doing all the preps right now. It's going to be on schedule this year, the Triple Crown. They got all the preps coming up. I watch a lot of horse racing, big fan of it. This week we got in Florida at Gulfstream the Fountain of Youth coming up, which is a big prep race to see who's going to be in that field at the Kentucky Derby. But I'm looking forward to that too. So we got so much going on. Anything I'm missing? Oh, we had a great fight over the weekend.
Yes, Oscar Valdez.
Yeah, super featherweight.
Yeah.
Plus 240. You talk about gambling. If you had that kid, he was a big underdog, but what a heart. And Miguel Berchelt, I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, he was a favorite.
Big favorite. The kid Valdez is a plus 240. And he ends up, I'm telling you, he dominated that fight. And when he knocked him out, I don't know how many of you saw that knockout punch, but he hit him square with that left, straight in the face. That kid was down on the mat for 15 minutes. I thought he broke his neck or something. I mean, he was out. He was out before he hit the ground. But, I give a lot of props to that Valdez kid. If you get a chance to watch the replay, that's a kid with heart. And he kept going, I silenced everybody. And I love that. I love that underdog that steps up and does it and becomes something. I just love the underdog aspect when you come out and you do it. And you back yourself up.
Absolutely, and you basically shut up the naysayers. Yeah.
Anything else you want? I mean, we covered a lot of sports here quickly. Am I missing anything?
Nah, I think that's pretty much a big highlight, other than some little stories, whether or not
Yeah.
the player's going to be traded or not.
Oh,
and
well,
how much they want
we'll
for
talk
him.
about that on our NBA show. A lot
Yeah.
going on there, but that's why we have NBA to itself. But we pretty much covered a lot of ground here today in a few minutes, and we want to thank you for watching. And again, thanks for liking us and being part of our audience. This is a lot of fun. We can sit here and when we're not on air and we're having lunch or something together, we'll sit and talk sports hour and a half, 2 hours, just talk.
Just talk.
And we never have a boring moment. We always say we should be filming those shows over lunch or breakfast because they're so much fun. But thanks for watching. Please, get back to us. Is there anything that you want us to talk about or specify in our sports show? We covered a lot of ground today. We thank you for watching. Thanks for liking. Continue to watch at Roku and YouTube and the various places, WWDBTV. Great show. Thanks. Anything you want to finish with? Did I miss anything?
Like and subscribe.
Like
Thank
and
you.
subscribe. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next week. Look forward to our NBA show. We'll talk to you soon. God bless.